Welcome back to the Soul Food Podcast. I'm Michael Vukelic.
And I'm Shannon Meier. Together we share insights and conversations to help you cultivate joy, peace, and prosperity while unlocking your limitless potential.
Yes, get ready for a transformative journey filled with laughter, strategies, and lively discussions that will inspire you to thrive in every area of your life.
Hello, Michael.
Hi, Jeannette.
Hey,
And
how are
how
you
are we
doing?
doing today?
Very good, very good. Very happy to be here with you, as always.
Yes, very happy to be here. I'm always happy to be here. Yes,
Yes.
absolutely. Um, Yeah, so we were talking a little bit before we got started. And how is it in Spain today? How's things?
Very okay.
Very
Why?
okay. I mean, weather-wise, how's the
Well,
weather?
it's hot, but it's
Huh?
quite hot. But I saw a video from 30 years ago, well, 30 or 20 years ago, where a TV presenter was saying in June, early June,
Yes.
well, we are here with the hot weather, 35 degrees, like we have now, in the north of Spain. It's what it is in summer. So it is what it is in summer.
So what is that? 90 something
I don't
in
know.
Fahrenheit?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't have the formula with.
Yeah, I don't have it now. But yes, it's hot. But June and
Yeah.
July is supposed to be hot. August then turns a little bit less, and then September we go back. But yes, we're in Spain. Spain is a dry area.
Oh, okay. I didn't picture Spain as being dry.
Yeah,
I've
especially if
never
you go
been.
into the center.
Really? Okay.
Well, Barcelona, no, it's humid because of the beach and well, the sea. But in the center, it's more dry. In the
Okay.
north, it's cold. Today, it was cold in the north. I have someone working there, a friend, and she had 15 degrees, so 20 degrees less than where I am here. So it really depends where you are, and yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I was just wondering because it's been fluctuating between mid 80s to over, about 95 here.
Mm,
So it's been warm, but
yeah,
then we get a couple of days break and then it gets hot again. Yeah.
yeah. Summer,
Um, so
summertime.
anyway, yes, it is summer and we can expect that, right?
Mm.
So we were talking last week. Oh, there's some really good stuff coming. There's some really good stuff coming. I want to express some of the wisdom that I have attained from some of the teachers, but let's go back to um, victim consciousness, which we were talking about is like the lowest consciousness. I mean, when we walk through life believing we're a victim, we miss the point of life, which is all about evolving, growing, healing, and evolving to
Expanding.
love, right?
Yeah,
Evolving
expanding.
to love, right? So, yeah,
Experiencing.
expanding into our greater consciousness, which is compassion and love and acceptance, and there's many
And
things you could
and
say.
oneness, because we are
Yes,
oneness. When you are in high awareness and high consciousness, you feel the oneness around you all the time.
and when you know that you are one with everything, that is
Mm-hmm.
that is higher consciousness because you can look at everyone and know that they are just evolving just like you are, and they're
Mm-hmm.
all part of the one.
Yes.
So, they're having their journey, you're having yours. If if you're being triggered in some way, well, this beautiful person is mirroring something to you that you can evolve through. It's so you see the beauty in life when you understand higher consciousness, when you understand that we're all one. We're all
Yes.
part, right?
Yes,
So
100%. And when you're oneness, you also know that everyone, like you were saying before, everyone has their own journey. So you understand that there might be misunderstandings and that there might
sure.
be different point of view, but it's because everyone has their own journey, everyone has their own point of view, everyone is here to experience their experience. So you are here more open to really talk about things that happen to you or in this relationship, because you know that where you're standing is not necessarily where the other one is standing.
Right.
And that it's oneness, yeah.
And your journey is perfect for you. I mean, there are a lot of people who absolutely believe that your journey, you choose your journey, you choose your major, the major points of your life and what you wish to evolve through. Or some people step up to evolve humankind through their own consciousness. Some people just evolve themselves. And if we always let fear overrule
Mhm.
our journey, then we don't evolve. We stay, we retreat instead of
Yes.
evolve, right? So, um, we touched on a really amazing subject, um, of victim consciousness, and you had told a little story. And do you want to tell the story? Do you want to
Yes,
mention?
yes, yes, because it will show, well, um, from my side, something that it's quite extreme when you are in your victimhood and when you are in this ego land. And
Yes.
the mind is there and you are in your mind all the time and really are not able to open yourself up to see different points of view and to release the weight you're carrying over you, that it's really making you unhealthy. So I
Mhm.
have someone very dear to me, and well, she hasn't spoken to her brother for 30 years just because of a misunderstanding about something related to a house, so money related.
Right.
And it's not she didn't speak to him, it's also he didn't speak to her. So because the pride is in that family. And I've been dealing with both of them, trying to asking them why they're not talking and sharing their point of view, so that then this dilemma can be solved. The issue is that they are so in their mind that they just don't want to talk about that because they have an ego and they don't want to see, and they are in fear. They don't want to see that they were not, they lost so many years of not speaking because they were not in the truth, let's say, no. But
Right.
well, one of them died 1 year ago, and so it never, they never spoke. And there is a certain attitude also in her now. Still not talking about that. That's a taboo to talk about that. And her brother, well, whatever, no, the view that she has. But it's a pity because I see her carrying this burden, and in the health already 20 years ago, 20 something, no, not good circulation, high blood pressure, and she knows it has to do with that, and it never got resolved. So I was talking with Michael and saying, okay, look at that, how what a pity, no? What a pity, just because of 5 minutes of disagreement or a situation, never to speak about that again, never to speak, losing a brother, losing a sister, and just because you are in your mind thinking you are right, when we know that no one is right and no one is wrong. No, we are here to experience, and we are here to open up our perception, to learn, to grow, and to really continue raising our consciousness and becoming this oneness that we are. And
Right.
it's a real pity. So I was asking Michael, how is it that we can, for the listeners, no, when they see themselves in a situation where they're just in their mind and in their mind, in their mind. Because when you are in your mind, you know you're in your mind, and because it's a constant thought and it hurts you, and emotionally it drags you down. And for you to be conscious, to get conscious and commit and be willing to get out of that loop, because it's hurting you at the end.
Absolutely. It can do a huge amount of damage to your life, but more than that, it messes with your thinking and your body. I mean,
Yeah.
it's a drain on your energy. You carry that around with you all the time, whether you shove it to the back of your mind or not, it's still unconsciously affecting your energy, your um, state of being or state of mind. And I experienced this for many years too, from different people. It's amazing when an ego doesn't get what they want. Okay, you really
Mm-hmm.
learn a lot about someone's ego,
Mm-hmm.
how they go through life or how they view life when they don't get exactly what they want.
Mm-hmm.
When someone really reacts harshly, you learn a lot about people.
Yeah, well, about their mind, no, because the
Yes,
person is the
their mind.
person,
That's
but
right.
their ego, their mind, not who they
Yes.
are, because who they are is their heart, and you feel it. You can feel the essence of the person. I feel it,
Yes.
but
And
if
it's
they're
still there.
here
Right.
in the mind.
Well, when I refer to the ego is like six different things. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Every idea, concept, every thought, every uh, emotion that you have, every reaction.
Mm-hmm.
That's all ego. It's all ego. Okay. So when you're in your heart, you're at peace.
Yes.
You're at peace, life flows, you have compassion for what's happening. You can send people love to heal, you can understand a situation rather than being in your head. And as you said, we're all on our own journey, and what we learned from generations passed down in our family and through society. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
that's some heavy burdens that are passed down to every one of us, okay? Um, because we're very small, we're children, and we learn a lot from our own family. We take on all of these belief systems and ideas and concepts, and it's all ego, and it can really make life difficult.
Mm-hmm.
So to alchemize, like if you get into a situation or you're carrying around a lot of heavy energy, you don't even realize it. You just kind
Mm-hmm.
of feel drained, right? Wow, what is this? Why
Tired.
why is that happening? Right? Happening.
Yeah.
You have this energy that's kind of strapped to your back. It's like carrying a backpack full of bricks
Mm-hmm.
everywhere you go. Okay. And even sometimes we don't realize it, but someone close to you, someone, who knows you, sending you ugly energy can really affect you. And if you let it in here, it can really drag you down. Okay. But just the energy coming at you all the time makes it difficult. I mean, it's something to navigate. So I do use a couple of different processes to alchemize energy. And this is where the spiritual trainings have been so valuable and so life-changing for me because to release and alchemize these energies is it lifts a huge weight off and you
Mm-hmm.
feel it right away.
Yes.
Okay. I mean, there's a short little process. Do you have a process that you like to use?
Well, I do many things innately, and I don't know where, because, well, I observe myself a lot, no? And the mind and the thoughts and the emotions and
Sure.
the response well, the reactions or so. So
So you have great
I,
awareness. Yeah.
yeah, I observe and then I realize and I acknowledge, and then it goes because it has been acknowledged. I've seen it, and I know why, and that it's the mind and it's not the heart, but it's all internal. Well, my observation and then acknowledgement and then letting it go. I don't, I control my mind. I don't hide it. I acknowledge so that it goes away, but I'm able to observe my mind, and really, I know the mind is something detached from me.
Right. And that's very good. It's very good. I mean, then you're aware of it, you feel it,
Yeah.
and you release it. Okay. I've found that, well, there's been some very heavy, dense energies that have, come from my ancestors. I mean, I go all the way back.
Mm-hmm.
My family goes all the way back to Egypt, okay, and
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Croatia, all these conflicts, and it's just there's a lot of stuff back there.
Mm-hmm.
So my ancestors, who I'm very close with in this lifetime,
Mm-hmm.
and I think I explained in the very beginning that I feel energies very strongly. Okay, so and maybe you said you do too, but um, when this heavy energy is being directed toward me, or let's just say I'm carrying a heavy energy due to something that happened in my life.
Mm-hmm.
And I identify the emotion. Say the
Yeah.
emotion is, say I'm having a reaction. I'm irritated, I'm frustrated with the situation, with the way this is being handled. I can see a better way to take this. And so I have this frustration and irritation. One of the ways, and I have a forgiveness process that goes very deep. I mean, when you have family members, friends who hurt you deeply, and it's
Mm-hmm.
hard to shake it.
Yeah.
But when you just feel an emotion
Mm-hmm.
and you want to release the emotion, the spiritual practice that I have is to release the emotion to the Holy Spirit. You can,
Mm-hmm.
you
Mm-hmm.
can, because it's very powerful, very powerful. I will say to myself, okay, I'm feeling this frustration and I'm feeling it. I know why it's there.
Yeah.
Okay. It's a very heavy frustration, and I release this frustration from my energy, from my aura, from every cell in my body. I release this frustration to the Holy Spirit. I release it to the Holy Spirit and I alchemize it. I allow this energy to be alchemized into unconditional love. And when
Mm-hmm.
I want even more, I will say, I, I, I release this energy to the Holy Spirit to be alchemized into unconditional love and joy and
Mm-hmm.
laughter and
Mm-hmm.
creativity and inspiration and beauty. And it's gone.
It's beautiful because when you're
When
saying
I
that,
just did that, I felt huge amount of energy. So
yes, and when you do that, I feel also since you yourself are changing because you're starting to feeling this love, this joy, no? Because when you say I release it and to be alchemized into, you are yourself feeling that, and then you are the one also removing it from your body because you are starting to feel something else that it's being replaced, no? It's alchemized, it's transformed,
yes,
and
and
it's released.
yes, you're releasing it yourself. We have a lot more power than we
Mm-hmm.
give ourselves credit for. And when someone is really trying to hurt you, we can forgive them and release that energy
Mm-hmm.
also. And
Yes.
and rather than, I mean, I for the longest time, I would send that energy. No, I would put up a shield.
Mm-hmm.
Look, when you're on this spiritual path and you're really there to teach and to show people that love, that joy, that compassion, that so they can evolve, so they can become, greater um, teachers for the
Mm-hmm.
world. Okay,
Yes.
because we all become teachers. Okay, we're
Yes.
either being the student or the teacher. When they're on that journey and you want them to understand that, it's very powerful. We have tremendous power to release and to alchemize energy. And when we release it to some, like the Holy Spirit, which is it is, part of the creative consciousness, which is God. God
Mm-hmm.
is like the creative consciousness. Okay. God is consciousness of creation itself. So Holy Spirit is an absolute piece of that. When I release it to the Holy Spirit to be alchemized, it alchemizes. And I mean, it's such a beautiful thing. And the weight is lifted from me, and I don't,
Mm-hmm.
it's just gone.
Mm-hmm.
So, there's a lot of processes I use depending on where this energy is coming from in your life, whether you really need to forgive someone, you need to get a different perspective so that it doesn't keep recurring
Yeah.
because we'll bring it back again and again,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And I was talking about putting up that shield when
Mm-hmm.
people were really attacking. I mean, when I was on this journey and I've evolved, but I had my challenges from the past. Okay, there was anger inside of me. There was resentment inside of me. The things I went through, right? So I would attract these people, and here I am. I'm growing. I'm evolving. I'm
Mm-hmm.
becoming more and more spiritual and beautiful. And there are energies that are trying to block you,
Yes.
right? So
Yes.
emails, texts, phone calls. I mean, hexes and curses and
Yes. And everything.
holy cow. Talk
Yes.
about, so I learned to really deal with energy. And the best thing I ever did, because for the longest time, I would take that energy, I put up my shield, I'd say, nothing gets in. It's
Mm-hmm.
it's not getting in, but it would sometimes. It's
Yeah.
still you have to do this on a regular basis with that shield and strengthen that shield. Sometimes I'd call on Archangel Michael and ask
Mm.
him to use his shield and his sword to cut these things out of away from me, right? Cut the cords. Anyway, we can do all of this. And the stronger we get at this, the better life gets. Okay. The more proficient we become at this, the more we feel, the more we allow, the more we release. It becomes really amazing. I mean, it shifts everything. But as I'm going back to this again, when I first put the shield up, I would say any negative energy coming my way goes right back to where it came from. And that's what I would do at first. What I realized was extremely powerful is alchemizing that energy that's
Mm-hmm.
coming at me. I I
Yes.
I release this energy to the Holy Spirit, alchemize into unconditional love, joy, laughter, whatever, I mean, but I always use unconditional love, but then I add
Mm-hmm.
and and I send it back to the sender. So in other words, I'm not sending them that ugly energy
No.
back.
Yes.
I'm sending them unconditional love back.
Yes. That's
And all of a
beautiful.
sudden, everything stopped.
Mm-hmm.
So much of this stopped. Okay. There's been new people that have tried to get in, but when I send this back as unconditional love, it just begins to release everything. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
it's a totally different way of dealing with life and issues. And so
No, no, no.
there's
It's very powerful and it's very nice because it doesn't hurt anyone to try and to do
oh,
it,
it
to have the
works.
intention. I mean, yeah, it doesn't hurt the people, our listeners, to really try. And you can talk about the Holy Spirit, you can talk about source, God, or what you feel, no?
Sure.
Because at the end it's your
Sure.
belief and what it's your power. So, but it's beautiful because you're transmuting something
Yes.
negative into positive, and you're protecting yourself also through transmutation. And you're doing good. At the end, you're doing good for yourself and for everyone.
Well, I feel it in my body, in my
Mm-hmm.
consciousness, in my energy. When I release, then some things are hard to release.
Mm.
But when I release it, when it's released, man, I
Yes.
feel totally different. I'm a totally different
Beautiful.
person.
Yeah.
So,
It's when
um,
you start shining.
Yes.
shining
Yeah.
who you truly are, because you're letting you're going back to the heart and you're being yourself with who you are, with this sun that you are, the light that you are, and
Right.
yeah,
Your light comes back brilliantly. Yes.
yes,
You can walk through the world, and this is even when people do show up and they're having a hard time, you have compassion for them. You know, they're on their own journey, as you said.
yeah,
They've learned a lot of things from their family that they're working through. They've taken, and I even I mean I talk about how much power we have. We have
yeah,
tremendous,
yes,
and I want people to know that because, and this is something we'll get into in another
in another one, yeah,
podcast, yes, but um, all the teachers, all the beautiful teachers have said this to us, that we have tremendous power. You know, we're not aware of how much power we have.
Uh,
We've been trained to think that we're small, insignificant in the realm of the universe. And that's not true. We are the universe.
yeah, we are the universe. Thank
So
you so much, Michael. Thank you so much for
thank you,
today.
Jeannette. It's
And
always a pleasure.
yes, and to continue with this, that I love it because I think it's very useful for anyone. And also, again, if someone has comments, just put in there questions. But yes, we are powerful, we are limitless, and that's for
Absolutely.
everyone to know.
Absolutely. Mhm. Thank you,
Thank you.
Jeannette.
Thank you.